Okay, finished up with the scraping on the soundboard. You can see here how the colors a little uneven where the scraper just scraped a little bit different in some places than others, but it just gives you a good flavor of what was involved there. One thing I forgot to mention prior to getting this portion of it started was the inner rim of the case. Along here, that I had to strip that, and it's best to do that before taking the paint off of the soundboard, just in case you have any stripper to, because we chemically removed that, so that was done as well. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I wanted to show you this. We'll be saving this decal on the soundboard. So I took care to scrape around that. Now this is not the final effort it did, so I'm going to clean that up around there a little bit more so it'll look neat. And the color should blend out pretty good. There are a couple of things I'm going to try to get the color to blend out good on it. So we'll see. But in any case, we're going to save that decal there. And it looks like we'll be able to do that. Couple other things I mentioned is one, these bridges. I'm going to clean these bridges up some and probably get another coat of graphite on them. That's what the gray stuff is you see there, or maybe showing up black in your video on the treble bridge and the bass bridge here. And you see a spot here. We'll get that cleaned up. I'm not quite sure, something spilled inside the piano at some point, but that won't be any trouble to clean up. So what I'm going to do now to dry the board out, and you might hear in the background a little bit of rain. It's raining where I'm at right now in the shop, so you might be able to hear that. But in any case, we're going to bring the moisture content of the board down. So we're going to use an old school technique of doing this. And we're going to actually cover the piano up as it sits. I've got it sitting on some cans, some 5-gallon cans, the case. I'm going to cover it up with this blanket here, and I am going to put a light bulb, turn on a light under it, so it'll be slow heat from a light bulb, and it will be pretty consistent and even beneath the piano, and that'll slowly, don't want to do it quick, that'll slowly dry the board down some, and it'll open those cracks up. So let's take a note here, just a visual note of some of these cracks here, and I'll shoot another video afterwards. That camera's having a hard time focusing there. Let's see, that helps. There we go. So we'll take a visual note of these cracks here. I won't bother to measure them any, but you know, I'm going to just go over each one, just kind of hit each one with the camera, and just take a mental note of them, and I'll post a video after it. I'm going to let this sit under here a couple of days, and let's see what happens afterwards, and give you a good idea of what happens if you get your board too dry in a home or something. That's why it's a good idea not to have your piano around vents or in the sun, getting sun on it, because the heating and cooling is more about the wood shrinking and expanding than it is the metal changing, or your strings, you know, the steel strings or your copper windings and your bass strings. It's more about the wood shrinking and expanding as it gets warm and swells with moisture and or hot dry heat, and it shrinks. So let's just take a mental note of that, and I'll post another video up in a couple of days regarding this. Now in the meantime, I will be doing some work on these parts here. These are stripped and they're ready to begin sanding, so I'll be sanding on these, and I'll post some progress on this part as well. So we got all the parts there, and then we have we got the lid here, and the bench here. And you can see here, I took it apart and left the legs to the bench here. So, just kind of a general update on that, but I wanted to focus on the soundboard for this part, just to show some folks. I've had questions about the soundboards, and I think this will be a good opportunity to show folks what happens when the board gets dry, and even how to repair one. So, in any case, let me mention a couple of sites or ways to communicate if you want to. Obviously, pianos.proboards.com is my main forum. You can check that out and post questions there, or just look around at some of the other projects I've done or maybe going on now. Twitter.com @BeaversPiano is a quick way to get in touch with me, because I have my phone on me all the time, and any tweets will come directly to my phone. So you can tweet a question or comment or thought or whatever. And I've had some folks post some comments and questions over at Facebook, so you can do so there as well. So it's facebook.com piano rebuilder. So with that said, I appreciate you looking, and just keep an eye out for some updates on this piano, and we'll talk with you later. Thanks.